Was good, y'all? Welcome back to the Rich Sosa channel, y'all. Thank y'all so much to everybody who has decided to click on today's video. I'm gonna truly appreciate it if y'all go ahead and hit that sub button. If y'all want to go ahead and join the Rich Gang family, go ahead and do so. But also be able to go ahead and turn on post notifications. And last but definitely not least, this is probably going to help me out the most. Go ahead and hit that like button so we could go ahead and get on the recommended pages, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Welcome back. Now let's go ahead and talk about the build that I'm going to be bringing at y'all today. And keep in mind, I also got gameplay at the very end of the video, so be sure to watch the entire thing through. I'm going to be bringing y'all the first ever point forward with post scoring takeover. So I decided to name this build a post scoring point forward. Literally, this build is going to be able to remind me of point forward LeBron James, y'all. Gonna be a really nice build to use, especially with the fact that it's rare. So honestly, that makes it so much more better to use in my opinion. Now, if you want to, you can definitely make your own adjustments along the way. But let's go ahead and get right into it. We're also gonna be able to get the pro dribble moves, gonna be able to finish really well, shoot, and the defense is not gonna be bad at all. So let's go ahead and get started now. We're gonna go ahead and put this build under the small forward position. Now, when it comes down to the skill breakdown, y'all want to go ahead and pick a very specific pie chart. And to get that post scoring takeover, pick the one split right down the middle with the playmaking as well as the finishing. Now, when it comes down to the physical profile, if you want to, you could definitely pick the first one for the fastest speed. But in my preference, I'm going to go ahead and pick the one right here with the 81 speed, 80 acceleration, and an 87 vertical, just to be the most balanced possible. And this is honestly going to be the way that you want to go with it. Now, let's go ahead and get into the finishing. So, close shot, going to be an 89. When it comes down to that driving dunk, put this to an 83, or you could go with an 81. But if you go with an 83, you're going to change up the build name, so I recommend that you leave it as is. Now, the post hook's going to be an 81 as well. So as you can see, we're still going to be able to use that close shot. And when it comes to the post, we're still going to be able to use some really nice moves there. So I know you're all probably thinking, look at the driving layup, we're not going to be touching it. And that's actually going to be right. We're going to be able to get more badges with this version of the build. And if you want to, like I said, make your own adjustments. You could take down your close shot or your post hook. It's really going to come down to what you want to do. But now, let's go ahead and take a look at the shooting. Mid-range shot 72, three-pointer a 64, free throw an 82, and the post fade a 74 for 12 badges. Not bad at all. But now, let's go ahead and check out the playmaking really quick. So as you can see right here, we're maxing out that pass accuracy as well as the post moves. When it comes down to the ball handle, you can also max this out if you want to. But I'm going to go up to around a 72 in order to get 29 badges. And that's going to be perfect right here. With the pass accuracy, I ended up going with an 82. So do not worry about it too much. That's still going to give us 29 badges. If you want the 30, y'all already know what y'all need to do. But let's go ahead and get into the defense. Perimeter defense, maxed out. Same thing with the lateral quickness and steal. And then when it comes to that defensive rebound, put that to a 69. And these last couple of stats, it's really going to come down to what you want to do. But as you can see right here, if you try to take off the stats from your steal and put it into any other category on the defense to try to get more badges, it's not going to work. So that's why I ended up putting the rest of the stats on the steal. Now, if you want to, you can definitely get to around 10 defensive badges on this build. Now, I'm only bringing that up because I really want to remind y'all that when it comes to these builds, it's sometimes going to be better to go with their main categories rather than trying to get more badges in others. So right here, as you can see, if you want to, you can definitely go with the most defensive badges possible. That's not my style though for this specific build. I'm going to go ahead and keep it with the extra 29 playmaking badges, and that's just going to be right for my preference. Like I said, feel free to go about it how you want. You could even try to get more finishing, or if you want to, go with that max playmaking badges of 30. Now let's go ahead and get into the body shape. When it comes to this, if you are looking to be the biggest possible and take up the most space, I would go with Burley. Now, when it comes down to the height, if you take a look, we're going to go ahead and move it up to 6'7", 6'8". We're not going to be able to get the pro dribble moves right there. But if you go with 6'5", we're going to be able to get an 80 ball handle off rip for those pro dribble moves that we want. Now, when it comes down to the weight, as you can see, we're going to go ahead and put this to 177. 178 and above is going to completely mess with the stats, and that is what we don't want. But now, as you can see right here, if we end up dropping the wingspan a little bit, we're going to be able to get a boost to our shooting stats. But let's go ahead and check something out right here. If you go at 78.8, that is going to be the perfect wingspan. If you go anything higher than it, you potentially take a risk of not getting the best possible version of this build. And as y'all can see, we get the playmaking, slashing, then we get the shot creating and the post scoring. Now, do not go any wingspan above. If you want to, you can definitely drop it down, but if you go anything above what I just showed y'all, it's gonna change up the build name. Let's go ahead and check out what the build we actually get is. And as y'all can see, we got the point forward with a post scoring takeover. Now, keep in mind, I said I got gameplay lined up for y'all, so be sure to stay patient. Let's just go ahead and get into the badge count, and then also check out what this build is going to be looking like at 99. So look right here, as you can see, when it comes to the physicals, we're getting a +8. Speed is going to be a 98, pretty much a 99. Acceleration going to be a 97, and our vertical is going to be a 96, y'all. So pretty much these stats are all close to 99, not bad at all. But let's go ahead and check out that close shot. Consider your takeover, boost, running with a teammate with floor general, and then grinding this build out to 99. You have the potential to get a close shot of 99, y'all. Driving dunk will be in the mid to high 80s. Then it goes to the same for the post hook. Now, when it comes to the midi, you have the potential to hit the 90s with this. For the three-point shot, you have the potential to hit the early 80s. And when it comes to the free throw, this is definitely going to hit the 90s, and the post fade will be in the mid to high 80s. Now, we get the pro dribble moves. So as you can see, the pass accuracy is going to be pretty high, as well as the ball handle. Our post moves are going to be in the mid 80s. But now onto the defense. When it comes to the perimeter, lateral quickness, and steal, all three of these stats with boost, grinding this build out, getting your team takeover, and running with a teammate that has defensive leader, all of these stats are going to be in the mid to high 80s, y'all. So really consider the badge count when you do this for the specific build. What I'm going to go ahead and do first is put on clamps on gold, and then from there I'm going to go with silver rim protector. Now, another way to go about it is go with either silver or gold intimidator, and then let's just say you go with silver intimidator, you could go with silver rim protector or clamps, or go with bronze for both of them and keep on intimidator on gold. It's really going to come down to your preference, but all of these setups are still going to be very useful. Now, let's go ahead and get into the shooting. First, I'm going to go with deep fades, and then from here, I'm also going to go with range extender. Now, something that I really want to talk about really quick. We are less than a few weeks away from NBA 2K22. Let me know right now. If you are still watching, go ahead and comment down below. Are you going to be getting 2K22 on current or next gen? And also, if you have the option for both, are you going to be playing both? I really want to know what y'all are most interested in, because I actually have it on current as well as next gen, as most of y'all may know already. And honestly, I'm looking to grind out on both systems. When it comes to rep, I'm really going to be going after the game that I feel is most fun in my opinion. However, this might change throughout the year, so let's just go ahead and get back to the badge count. But be sure to comment down below, because I'm interested in what y'all are thinking about doing this year. Now, when it comes to the finishing, the three badges that I like on Hall of Fame are going to be contact finisher, fancy footwork, as well as slithery finisher. The last badge I'm going to go with relentless finisher, and that's going to be a really good setup to go with as well. Now, let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. So first off, there are going to be three badges that you really want to consider if you're looking to help out your teammates. Dimer, floor general, as well as flashy passer. If it was my choice, I would go with floor general over any of these three. Now let's go ahead and get into the badges that are going to be for us personally. I'm going to go with handles for days, quick first step, as well as tight handles for the dribble gods to get those dribble moves going. Then when it comes to the space creator, to break ankles, y'all definitely want to go ahead and put that on. Going to be a huge help. Now, stop and go is going to be another really good badge that you can put on. But if you want to unpluckable as well, at least on bronze, you could go with Hall of Fame in my opinion. But again, it really comes down to what you are most comfortable with. There's a couple of other badges that you can consider as well, like downhill, or if you want to double up with dimer and flashy passer, you can definitely do that as well. But if you're looking to use the post moves, go with dream shake on Hall of Fame just to break their ankles in the post. Now, this is the final setup we're going to be going with 14, 12, 29, and 5. Thank y'all so much to all the loyals who made it this far. Go ahead and comment down right now RGF if y'all made it, because now let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. So I'm telling you, when it comes down to this build, we are still going to be able to move at ease. Look at the dribble moves that we're able to do, and this is not even with the ones that we want on, but the speed on this build is really nice. The finishing, as you can see, with fancy footwork on Hall of Fame, we are not struggling with the layups, y'all. And you know how good that computer defense is going to be. Now, right here, I'm telling you, this build is still going to be able to shoot. So you do not have to worry about that at all. This build is still finishing really well at the rim. And on top of all that, I love that we get that post-scoring takeover to go on top of it. Still going to be a very useful aspect, especially since there are not a lot of guards that are going to be able to use that post-scoring with their build. And as you can see, we just greened a 3. But thank y'all so much to everybody who made it and finished the entire video through. Man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. To the RGF family and any new supporters, I would appreciate it if y'all went ahead and hit that like button. Let's go ahead and get 25 likes on this video. Be sure to share it with your family and friends. And last but not least, go ahead and put on post notifications so y'all can see when I upload every single day. Man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.